going on, everybody? My name is Dr. Marcus Bright, and at 29 years old, I am happy and proud to say I am a full-time copy trading cryptocurrency trader. Now, what exactly does copy trading cryptocurrency mean? Essentially, what you are doing is you are going on the blockchain, whether that's for Ethereum or Solana, and you are finding public wallet addresses that trade actively and they have a great win history, and you are following their exact trading movements, I guess, so to speak, or trading mannerisms, or whatever it's called. You're following something, you're making a lot of money, right? So this is a method in which you don't have to understand technical analysis. You don't have to understand how to like set a stop loss or a take profit. You don't have to understand the chart patterns. You don't have to understand, the different graphs and the different, metrics and the tools and all that and the volume. You don't have to understand anything. All you have to understand is how this person put zero point 0.5 Solana and turned zero point 0.5 Solana, which is $50, into 5 Solana, which would be $500, right? That's pretty much it. If you can just find wallets that do that, you will print money forever. And that's the method that me and my friends have looked into. And we were like, why is no one on YouTube talking about this, right? Because we've been in cryptocurrency for the past couple years now. And that's when it hit me. I was like, I don't think anyone really knows how to do it, right? It's one thing to look at the wallets that you're finding, but it's another thing when you see the bot that we have, which I will link below. It's not my bot, it's a free bot that everyone can use, but if you use the bot in the link in the description, you get 10% off your first trade. All right, so this is huge. It saves you a lot of money depending on the trade that you're gonna get into. But anyway, long story short, copy trading is a lost art, and I feel as if it's an art that not a lot of people have perfected in the game, in the space, in the game of cryptocurrency. Okay, people have talked about drop shipping before. I was really big into drop shipping. I had my first $100,000 month. I think it was like 2.5, 3 years ago. I'll also link my Instagram below, so you guys can go on my Instagram and creep on all my stories and all that stuff. But yeah, I got really big into drop shipping a few years ago while I was in pharmacy school. It was a headache, man. So it was a lot to do. I had to deal with like overhead, returns, customers, chargebacks, email marketing, text message. It was pretty much everything that I didn't want to deal with, but I was just in it to make money, right? It was only until I came up on, I think it was the end of 2021, I hit my life-changing trade, which allowed me to travel the world, meet my wife, and just escape the 9 to 5 essentially. It was a coin called GM for good morning. Okay, that's also, I'll probably put it up here if I know how to. I'm learning this editing thing, man, but I'll put it up here. Essentially what happened was I got into NFTs back in 2021, right around Q3. Traded some NFTs called Cool Cats, flipped a couple $100 into 7 grand. I took that 7 grand, flipped it into this coin called GM, right? So when I say flip, I mean I copy traded it. I found the wallet that I knew had a good history. Once I copy traded that wallet, I woke up the next morning, I was up 100K, 200K, 300K, and it just kept going up and up and up. Eventually, it hit one point, I think it was like close to $1.1 million, right? And that changed my life. That opened the door for me. I knew at that point that number one, I wasn't gonna practice pharmacy, right? I was gonna graduate, get the degree, be a doctor, all that, yay, but I knew I was not gonna practice. I was like, all right, I need to teach people this method, but first I need to master it, right? So after I graduated, I spent a couple more years mastering copy trading, learning the exact strategy, trying to figure out exactly what to look for in the market. So that way I could replicate it, have a higher win ratio of wallets, collect a plethora of wallets to print me passively every single day. So now I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that, right? And I also recently opened up a Discord if you wanna learn more about this, because I'm gonna be talking about this all day, every day in my Discord. Link will be below. This is the best and the most effective and the easiest way to make passive income in 2024 and beyond. I know this method's gonna get saturated, but you know what? It's okay. No one can perfect it, right? And the thing to perfect it, you need the right settings in the bot, which is also, like I said before, in the link below. I teach all this stuff in my Discord. So without further ado, let me stop rambling. I'm gonna give you some examples of wallets on this channel, some beginner friendly methods that I first started using when I was starting, first starting to copy trade a few years back. So let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I am going to be talking about copy trading cryptocurrency. This is the way that I find 10 to 100x gems just through looking through wallets. And this is also a way that I turn a profit in cryptocurrency. So go ahead, drop a like below. Go ahead, drop a subscribe. I'm going to be uploading videos like this every single day, just so you guys can get a general idea of how I find the next 100x gem, so to speak. Like I said, I'm not sure if I give you guys like a rundown of what I've done before in the space, but in 2021, I've turned a profit from GM, a coin called Good Morning. It was I put in 7K and flipped it in 4 days to 1 million. Changed my entire life. A couple years after that, I graduated pharmacy school, and my parents looked at me and they're like, well, are you going to practice? And I said, practice what? Crypto trading? Because Lord knows I was not going to practice pharmacy at that point, right? So here we are today, So anyway, let's get into it without further ado. So starting off with number 3, I'm looking at the top holders, going down here to number 3. And the cool part about this is, guys, you don't even need to understand technical analysis or how to read chart patterns. All you have to understand is which wallets to find. Because essentially, if you find the wallets that are on the blockchain, then you're going to have to find good wallets in order for you to turn a profit, right? And when I say good wallets, I mean wallets that trade for you passively, right? Every single day that are turning a profit. So this wallet, for example, is what I look at as a fresh wallet, right? I see he only put in 1 Solana, right? And then he turned a profit here. He sold for 16 Solana. So guys, just like that, he put in about $130. And I know the price of Solana because if you look up here on solscan.io, right here's the price of 1 Solana is $131. And he sold for 16.38 Solana, right? So right there, he made about $2,000 in a span of 6 hours, right? And going back to what I said before, I know this wallet is a fresh wallet. It's a fresh account because he doesn't have any other transactional history, right? Like you don't see any other coins in the past that he's aped. It's only been this coin right here, Baby Myro, right? So he literally I don't know if it changed his life, but it looks like he's a pretty experienced trader. And if I had to take a wild guess, I would even go as far as to say he's the developer of this coin, right? So he bought 14 million Baby Myro tokens, sold about 3 million for 16 Solana, sold 2 million for 15 Solana, sold 2 million for 9 Solana. So guys, you can see this adds up quick. It looks like, my God, it looks like he's made about, I don't know, if I had to guess, like anywhere from like 15 to 20 grand just from putting in $130. Definitely like math check that, guys, for me. But as you guys could see, he turned a crazy profit. Because look right here, about $1,300, we'd say, $1,000 or $1,300 again. What was this? I'd say $1,500, $1,300. That's $2,800 right there. Let's say another $1,300. So that's close to I think like $4,200, $5,000. Let's just say $7,000, and then this is probably like, so yeah, I'd say about close to 10 grand. Or I'm sorry, yeah, about 10 grand. So he's made about $10,000 from $130 invested, right? So we can also go here. Once you go to, forgot to tell you guys, once you click on EXP right here, it's going to pop up with the wallet address on solscan.io. Once that pops up, guys, go on this little tab right here, SPL transfers, and that's where you can see all of the coin transactions take place, right? If you want to see if he's moving more Solana from one wallet to another, what you do is you go right here to Sol transfers, right? And then you see where it says change amount, -76, and it's red. That means he took money from this account. He sent it from this exact wallet address, right? From here to this wallet address, and he sent over 76 Solana, which is a lot of money. That's close to 9 grand if I had to take a wild guess. So that's a lot of bread he's playing with, right? So let's go ahead and let's go creep on this wallet and see how much Solana he's got in this balance. He's only got $1 worth. Oofed. Okay, so this is where you start leading down what I call, the rabbit trail, right? You're trying to lead down the rabbit trail. You're trying to see where exactly he put this money and where he's cashing out, right? So I see that there's no money here, so it obviously went somewhere. So what I do is I look and I see on his SPL token transfers that he received an airdrop 2 months ago. It's irrelevant, right? So that doesn't matter. So I already know when I see MEXC, right? You guys might want to write this down. Whenever you see MEXC, that's a central exchange, right? So when he sends money to an exchange like Binance or KuCoin or Bybit or Coinbase or Kraken, he's essentially saying, I'm cashing out. So he cashed out 96 Solana here, guys. This is nuts. This is really good. This is a pretty good wallet, but would I use this wallet to copy trade? I would not, okay? Because if you look at his history, you'll see that he's got different wallets that he's received Solana from. This means that he's received it 5+ with the green. It means he's received it from this account, right? So if I click this account here, and you guys see how like this can get really crazy. I don't have it up here with the tabs, but usually I'll have like 20 or 30 tabs up top here. My fiance will think I'm going crazy. She's like, what are you doing with all these tabs? So it can get really cluttered. It can get really messy really quick. So especially if you're OCD. So definitely take that into consideration. But yeah, so I see this is one of his other wallets, right? You see 2 months ago, I remember this. The name of this coin is called Block. So if I go to the very far back, look at this. He put in, let's see how much he put in. He put in 0.5 Solana, and then he sold some of his supply for 109 Solana. So guys, this is a dev of a project for sure. I say that because every single time he buys in, he's buying in for as little as possible for supply, like meaning he's buying in here and the chart's going all the way up to here. You get what I'm saying? Like he's turning a crazy profit. And so, he's selling in chunks. So I would assume 2 months ago, the price of Solana was about $100. So right there, that's about 11 grand that he made just off that one sell, right? He sold maybe like, I'd say 20% of his supply right there. He sold about 15%, made 5 grand. So this adds up, guys. He sold again about 15-20%, made $5,600, and it just goes on and on and on. So these are the wallets that I spend time looking for, and I'm like, okay, well, how can I turn a profit? It's very hard to turn a profit with wallets that what I call freshies, right? So they don't have a lot of history on them. So keep that in mind. We'll move on. Also, this is another website I will talk to you guys about later in the video, but let's move on to another portion of the transaction list on Baby Myro. Okay, so let's go to the rank 7 of the top traders, guys. Let's do it. Okay, so you see right here, 7 transactions sold. So that's pretty good, right? He bought for 130 and he sold for $6,400. So that's pretty solid. So let's see. Oh, and he's got some Solana in his wallet there. Okay, so guys, this right here, let's see. He bought Myro for 1 Solana and then he sold it for 0.39. So he lost money, right? I can do these for, relatively quick, but for the sole purpose of this being an instructional video, I'm going really slow, as slow as I possibly can for you guys. Okay, so I just tabbed over here and I see that he bought Rocco for 1 Solana, sold it for 0.73. So off the bat, in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is not a good wallet to follow, right? He's already got a pretty bad win to loss ratio there. So it's not going to turn a profit for us if we're trying to copy trade him, okay? Let me see this wallet right here. See, this is another freshie. A lot of freshies in this. That's ultimately, it's not a good sign if you're an investor, because fresh wallets mean that the dev has a lot of supply. And when I say a lot of supply, I mean, if you go over here, let's just click Baby Myro, let's click EXP, you'll see that it pops up with the holder count, or the token right here, and you just click holders, and you can see the amount of supply that people are holding, right? So usually how it works is the developer will allocate, you know, 1 to 2 to 3 to even like up to 4 to 5% of supply right here on the holder list, right? So if you're an investor, this could be kind of scary, because some devs, they ape, is what we say, or buy 20 to 40% supply, and you don't even know it, right? You're just blindly investing and essentially losing your money or getting dumped on by these investors who you don't know who they are. So it's really good to be able to track wallets. Okay, this is a skill that, I don't know if a lot of people have learned it. I personally have. I've taught myself this. I've been doing this for a couple years now. And the word about copy trading is just getting out, which, by the way, I have a group below and I have a team in that group where what they do is they find wallets for you every single day, about 50 to 100 or more, that print passively for you, right? So the wallets that they find, you can copy trade. They turn a profit. It's got the P&L list, or the P&L on it. It's got the win ratio. It's got the coins they've aped. So definitely below, check that out. It'll be in the Discord and the Telegram group that I have. We have a 3-day free trial going on. So give it a run for 3 days. If you like it, cool. And if you don't, cool. But the whole goal here for all of us is to make a lot of money coming up on this super cycle bull run that's going to happen. So anyway, let's move on to the next wallet. So this wallet right here, let's see. So yeah, he's got $100 in his SOL balance, got $31,000 he's holding in his SPL token balance. So he's holding tokens. All of his tokens here are worth $31,000 in total. So cat with hat, sheep with hat, you guys are noticing that it's a lot of with hats, right? So whenever I see something like that, I can identify that there's a meta shift towards hat. I'm looking for coins that have with hat, because I know that the token with is at 1.8, or it was at 1.8 at one point, but I guess it's starting to, people are starting to take some profits and it's starting to retrace probably, but it's at $1.2 billion, right? So when you see something like this, you can ultimately assume that developers are going to make coins just like this, right? This is called a meta shift or a narrative, right? If I see whiff, I might make, like I said, cat with hat, or Pepe with hat, right? Or lizard with hat, or, something along those lines, right? And that's how developers come up with ideas, because they have people creating narratives for them, right? And so once a narrative's created and the coin is created, then you go on the blockchain, and that's how you make a lot of money. So, but yeah, guys, let me keep going here. Let me just check this one out called DMind. See, oh wow, so this guy put in $13, but see, I can already tell that this is a developer's stash. This is not just a regular investor. This is a developer stash. The person that made this coin. Watch this. Let's see. 0.04. So he's probably already, I can assume he's cashed out his Solana, and he's probably sent it to a SEX. Yeah, he sent it to something, and see, look, it's a fresh wallet, freshie, right? Guys, like I said, if you guys are, curious, or you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and comment copy below, and give this video a like and subscribe. But yeah, like I said, in my Discord, I've got way more advanced methods on how to find, alpha wallets, or how to find wallets that actually turn a crazy profit for you. And my team also can help you out. Like I said, they find wallets all day, every day, 50 to 100 or more for my Discord. But yeah, guys, if you want to see more content like this, give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a comment of copy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.